Hey you guys, so I just wanted to make a video because I just think this is so freaking cool, y'all. I think I come from the tribe of Dan and Levi. Because today I was reading the Bible and I was just like, God, what do you want me to... Sometimes I do this. I'd be like, God, what do you want me to read? And then, I just flip a page, and if I feel it in the spirit to stop, and then I read what that is. Sometimes I just do this. And today I was really on a journey of figuring out where I come from, who I come from. So today I wrote down, prophets that I've seen in my dream, which is Abraham, Moses, and Samson. But I specifically wrote down the tribes that they came from, except for Abraham, because we know Abraham is the father of all nations. So Moses comes from the tribe of the Levites, and then Samson comes from the tribe of Dan. So I was just reading my Bible, and I was just like, oh my gosh, God, where do I come from? Like, who is I? I was like, who is I? And I looked down and I realized that I was on, because there's no such thing as coincidences. So, the first thing I see is, oh yeah, Levites. And then the second thing I see, this is Levites and Joshua. And then the second thing I see is, oh look, there's Dan. I was like, oh look, Moses. And I was like, oh, that is not coincidence. How can that be coincidence? I just think that's crazy. And I'm just like, God, definitely be listening to my little prayers and stuff. But yeah, and Joshua talks about the lineages, and it goes over, Dan and all that stuff. And then it goes over a whole bunch of stuff in Joshua 22. But yeah, those were the two names that my spirit picked out, that my spirit, basically, me saw, was, the first thing, Levite, Dan. And I was like, okay, I'm just like, yo, there's no such things, that cannot be an accident. That I just so happen to be perfectly aligned with what I wrote down. I'm just like, so that's where I come from. But it's just that, like, how can I come from both? Like, and I'm just like, how, what did my people intertwine? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like, how can I come from both? But, yeah, I believe I definitely come from the two different tribes, which is the Levi and Dan. I thought it would be just one, but it makes sense why it makes sense why I saw Moses and Samson, because the higher I went in my relationship with God, the more he reveals to me. Does that make any sense? Hope so. So yeah, I'm really happy. Like, I got confirmation. Hold on. Yo, like, I'm talking about this and the animals outside are going crazy. Like, I know y'all heard that. Like, the animals outside are going crazy right now. All the dogs are barking in the neighborhood. Like, what is going on?